Hello friends, welcome back. Now in this particular video we will be doing discussion on orientation of pharmaceutical analysis lab 3 practical syllabus. So this is basically applicable for University of Mumbai final year B Pharm University of Mumbai syllabus. Now we are starting the practical series in this particular course. So before that, it is very much essential to understand what syllabus we are going to see in the coming videos. Now first we need to understand what is the course objective. So considering pharmaceutical analysis lab 3 as one of the course in our practical, on performing this particular experiment, we as a learner should be able to understand how to operate the instruments. We should understand its functioning. We should be able to prepare the solutions accurately and conduct analysis using appropriate instrument. We should be able to calculate, report and interpret the result of analysis. So these are the course objectives, and I hope after going through all these practicals we are able to achieve these objectives. Talking to course outcomes: to record, calculate and interpret data obtained by UV spectrophotometric analysis for pK determination and concentration determination by multi-component analysis techniques. So we will be doing various multi-component analytical techniques and we will be discussing in detail. Second outcome is to apply ICH guidelines, that is International Council of Harmonization guidelines, to validate an analytical method by UV spectroscopy and interpret results obtained. So you may be aware ICH guidelines are very crucial as far as the analytical method is concerned, and we need to validate with certain parameters. So we will be discussing those. To develop and optimize mobile phase composition for qualitative analysis by TLC, that is thin layer chromatography, and interpret qualitative analysis data by TLC and paper chromatography. So here we will be interested in mainly identification, and we will show you how we can develop the mobile phase for a particular components. Then outline working and application of column chromatography, HPLC and GC, that is high performance liquid chromatography and gas chromatography. So these are the course outcomes we will be achieving at the end of the course. So when we see the syllabus, we can categorize the syllabus into 4 parts. First part is the major part where we have a lot of experiments. So that is based on multi-component analysis by UV spectroscopy. So in our theory we have seen what is multi-component analysis using UV spectrophotometer, and we have discussed several methods of multi-component analysis. So in this particular laboratory we will be applying those methods and we are verifying how these are useful for getting our results. So first is the simultaneous equation method. So we will be taking sodium benzoate and caffeine injection, and we are going to estimate the concentration of each of these without separating them. So that will be done using simultaneous equation method, or it is also called as a Weierotz method. So this is one of the important experiment which can be asked in your semester exam as well as internal exam as a major experiment. Second is absorption ratio method, or it is a Q value method. So that also we have studied in the theory. So we will be taking again the same formulation, sodium benzoate and caffeine, and we will be estimating the concentration of each of these using this particular equation. The third is a difference spectroscopy method. So we have seen we can increase the selectivity by using this particular spectroscopic technique. So if we have some interfering substances, so we can do some alteration with the sample, and we prepare the sample in different solution of pH. So we will be discussing this particular experiment. in a particular this particular experiment, difference spectroscopy, and that is we can use a paracetamol or any particular formulation. And the fourth one is assay by solvent extraction method. So we have seen this is one of the method by which we use liquid extraction using separating funnel. We isolate the components which are in together. So for example, we will be taking the cotrimoxazole tablet, that is assay of trimethoprim in cotrimoxazole tablet. So we have two components, trimethoprim and sulfamethoxazole. So we will be isolating trimethoprim from sulfamethoxazole, and we are going to do the assay of that particular thing using liquid extraction. So these are the experiment under the multi-component analysis method. Second is the other spectroscopic experiments. So that is the calibration curve. So I think in the previous semester of Sem 5 in PA2 we have already seen what is calibration curve, or it is also called as a standard curve. So we will be doing the determination of concentration by plotting a calibration curve. We will be also finding the concentration using the mathematical expression, that is a linear regression method. Okay, so this also we have studied in PA2 theory. We will be applying this particular concept practically. The third one is validation parameters. So we will be taking a particular formulation and we will be finding the three parameters. We will be checking accuracy, precision and the linearity. Okay, so that is the third one. And the fourth one is a determination of pKa using UV spectrophotometer. So in the same 5, that is PA2, we have studied determination of pKa using a potentiometer, but this time we will be using UV spectrophotometer. And the third part is a chromatography. So we will be dealing with separation and identification by the thin layer chromatography. Okay, so this is again one of the minor experiment for internal as well as the semester examination. So the one which I have indicated in the red ink, that is calibration curve, linear regression, simultaneous equation method. These are the experiments which are usually asked as a major experiment in the examination, and the one which has been indicated in the violet ink, that is as a minor experiment. Of course, the examiner has its discretion to ask the other experiments also. So usually along with this, the examiner usually asks the difference spectroscopy or the absorption ratio method as the major experiment. Then we have some demonstration experiment in the fourth section, that is paper chromatography, which we have already familiar. So we will be demonstrating the separation of amino acids using a paper chromatography. We will be also demonstrating how we can develop the solvent system or the mobile phase for a particular TLC. Okay, so usually in paper chromatography or TLC, the solvent system is given to us or the ratio is given to us, but how to find out appropriate solvent system, how to develop the solvent system if it is not given, that we will be discussing in detail. And then we also should see how HPLC, GC and HPTLC how they work, and how we can analyze the samples using these sophisticated techniques. And finally we will be discussing the column chromatography. So column chromatography, we know it is a very primitive concept, and it is mainly used for isolating or purifying the compounds. So we will be showing a demonstration experiment. So this is a syllabus content. Coming to the marking scheme for semester examination. So usually we have a pattern like question number 1 will be synopsis for 5 marks. Question number 2 will be the viva voce, that is 4 marks. So basically synopsis and viva will be covering the maximum part of the practicals what we will be discussing and the fundamentals related to that. Question number 3 is your journal, how well you are writing your results and how well neatly you are maintaining the results and calculations. That carries 1 mark. The marks is also given for GLP, that is good laboratory practices, how you are performing the experiment, that is wearing the cap, apron, mask, pipetting using the rubber bulb and so on. Then question number 4, that is the experiment number 1 that we consider as a major experiment. So that carries the maximum marks, that is 18 marks. And question number 5 is experiment number 2, that is the minor experiment. So it could be a TLC or it could be a PK determination, which carries 14 marks. So altogether your semester examination has 40 marks weightage, and of course we have one internal examination that carries 10 marks. So altogether it will have, out of 50 marks, you have to score the marks in the practical exam. Now talking to or discussing the major experiment distribution, marks distribution, that is, first is simultaneous equation method, assay of caffeine and sodium benzoate in an injection. So you need to prepare the standard solution of caffeine and sodium benzoate individually from the stock solution which will be provided to you, that will be usually 1 mg per ml, and one sample is given to you from which you have to find out the concentration. So if you record the absorbance appropriately, so the examiner will match the expert readings with the readings what you have performed or recorded. So if your reading is good, usually we record the absorbance at 2 different values. So for caffeine you have 2 absorbances at 2 lambda max, so that if it is good, it is matching with the examiner reading, then it will be 4 marks, 4 out of 4 will be given. Same way for the sodium benzoate, again 4 marks. So 8 marks are for only recording the absorbance, okay. Then 4 marks are recording the absorbance of sample given to you. So totally 12 marks are for only absorbances. Then coming to the calculation, so we have to use the simultaneous equation, we have to substitute these values, and if your calculations are appropriate you will get 6 marks, and the final calculation and report writing will carries 1 mark. So altogether it will have 18 marks. The next experiment, that is determination of concentration of paracetamol by UV spectroscopy and linear regression analysis. So this is usually by calibration curve method and linear regression. So here you should be asked to prepare a concentration of standard solution. For plotting the standard curve, usually we give 5 different dilutions and only one unknown sample whose concentration you need to find out. So you have to use the graph paper and you have to plot the graph using the standard dilution values and your unknown absorbance, and then how you are plotting the graph, how well you are using the readings, what is the scale used, whether you have labeled what is there on x-axis, y-axis, and the graph neatness, equal distribution of points, all these things will be considered to allot the 8 marks. Then concentration obtained by the interpolation from the standard plot will carry the 3 marks, okay. And you need to do the calculations, you have to use the linear regression equation and you have to find out the concentration, so that will have 6 marks. Then result reporting will carry 1 mark, okay. So altogether we'll have 18 marks here for the calibration curve and linear regression analysis method. So these are the 2 experiments suggested by the chairperson of the University of Mumbai, and another 2 experiment as a minor. So the distribution of marks are for determination of pKa of a given compound by UV spectroscopy. So here we have 12 marks. So for absorbance reading we'll have 6 marks, so there will be 3 readings in this particular experiment. So if all 3 readings are good, so it will be taking 6 marks, so 2 into 3, and then calculation will have 6 marks. So altogether it will have 12 marks. Then The another experiment, that is to identify the given compound by TLC, which is very popularly asked experiment as a minor experiment in the examination. So plate weaving, how well you have developed the plate, what is the resolution of the separated compound, that will have 5 marks. Then reporting of RF value of standard, RF value of sample, identification of sample, identifying how many spots are there in the sample. So all these together will have 5 marks. So 5 plus 5, and there are 2 marks for justification which has not been there by mistake. So 2 marks are for justification, that means which one is more polar. Usually we have 2 components, standard and then your sample, which contain 1 or 2 components. So you have to compare, and you have to comment on the polarity, which one is more polar, which one is non-polar, why it is more polar, and so on. So the comment will carry 2 marks. So altogether it will have 12 marks. So that's all with the orientation of practical. So in the next video we will be actually doing the experiment. Thank you.